Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be another video where I show how to use up the 2-inch scraps that you get from leftover cutting of 12 by 12 paper. And this is what I mean. If you cut a 12 by 12 inch paper to A2 size, you end up with a 2-inch scrap of the paper. And I've been coming up with designs to use those 2-inch scraps. So this design is a birthday card featuring a crazy little chicken on the front and another little chicken on the inside. And it's a really simple layout and very easy to mass produce this card. I have all the materials and the cutting dimensions listed on the below, but I'm going to go through it now. I have a black panel, 2 1/8 by 4 1/8, the 2 by 4 inch pattern paper, a blue panel 5 by 3 3/4, a black panel 5 by 3 3/4, a white panel 5 by 3 3/4, and a white panel 5 1/4 by 4, and of course the card base itself. The stamps I'm using today is Party Background by Stampendous and Happy Birthday Chick by Stampin' Up. The ink I'm using today is going to be Versafine Onyx Black and Memento Onyx Black, Tuxedo Black, and some assorted Stampin' blends by Stampin' Up. I have all of these colors listed down below, but you can of course use whatever colors you want to color in your chicken. Let me move this away and we'll get started making this card. Okay, I also am using Bahama blue. I forgot to mention that color in my list. So for the large wood stamps, wooden block stamps, the best way to do it is turn it over and lay it flat and ink it up this way. And then take your cardstock and lay it on place and just go over it with your fingers. Be sure to rub all over the entire stamp so that you get good coverage. This way you don't have to try and figure out how to get it lined up just so when you're going from the other direction, because you can't really see what you're doing that way. If you didn't want to take a chance of getting your fingers inky, you could put a piece of copy paper on top here and just use that. But this paper is the same width as this card, as the stamp, so I know I'm not going to get inky fingers, so I'm not worried about that. And there you go. Now I'm going to take the smaller of the white papers, the white cardstock, and stamp my chicken. And I'm going to stamp it in Memento Black because I'm going to be using alcohol markers and they won't run from the alcohol. You can also use Simon Says stamp. Let me get that out. Intense Black or Ranger Archival ink. But the Memento, most people have it and it works just fine. Okay, making sure I get a real good impression. Okay, good. Now, this stamp set, where'd it go? This stamp set doesn't have a die set at this time, but one is coming out in the next Stampin' Up catalog, which I think is going to be available February 4th, I think. So keep a lookout for this. There's also going to be a die cut for the other stamp set, which is called Hey Chick. I mean, another die set for that. Since I don't have the dies, I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut and cut this out. Or you could take a pair of scissors and fussy cut it, but I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut. My Stampin' Cut is a machine by Brother, which allows you to scan in an image and it will cut out what it sees. Hence the name Stamp and Cut. So I'll be right back after I get that. So here is my check all cut out. Again, you could have fussy cut this, or in a couple of days time the die set for this stamp is coming out. You could obtain that and then it will just cut it right out for you. I also used my Stampin' Cut and cut a shadow layer of the chick to use as a background for it, so have a layered look. Let me put that together real quick so you see what I'm talking about. There. Okay, I also wanted to mention the reason that I have this extra white panel for the card, even though the card base is white. I'm going to be using alcohol markers, and alcohol markers will bleed through to the back of the cardstock when you color it. So to prevent that being on your back of your card base, you have, showing the coloring, I'm using an extra white panel. The rest of the card goes together really simple, so I'm going to just let the music run and put the card together for you. And that is the finished card. It was very easy, as I promised. One thing I used I didn't mention beforehand was a Stampin' in order to get the words into the balloon lined up properly. There is a video on my channel which you do a search for it, which shows more details about how to use the Stampin' or other stamp positioners. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate all of your comments and well wishes that I receive. Please hit that subscribe button and join the other people who are enjoying my videos. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.